Alright, hello everybody, welcome to today's live stream. In today's stream we are going to be talking about episode 53 of Ninjago, otherwise known as Curseworld Part 1. This is of course the first part of the epic two-part finale to Season 5 Possession, and this is also the 9th episode of Season 5 as well. Hello everybody, welcome. I almost said halo. Halo. Hello everybody, welcome. Welcome. As you can tell, I am bright and awake today. In real talk though, I was up until maybe 4:30 a.m. Building the Ninjago City Gardens. Still not done. I still have one more booklet to get through. The actual set itself comes with 3 booklets. Made it through the first 2. And we still have yet to complete it, so I will be doing that later today. But of course, it is time to live stream. In case you guys have not been, I guess, here before, this is what we got for our streaming schedule. We stream Monday through Friday, 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Central Time, with an episode review and a Q&A. Obviously, we will be updating this day by day. If there's ever a day where I cannot stream, I will let you guys know. And also, the episode review will only take up maybe the first 20/25-ish minutes of the stream, and then we'll jump into Q&A after that. So, yeah, Curse World Part 1 today. In terms of where Waffle is, last time I saw her, she was kind of rummaging through the empty Ninjago City Gardens box in the corner of my room. And yeah, she's kind of making a house out of that, so that's fun. What's the drink for today? I got a bottle of water. Probably the best thing to, I guess, have early in the morning, after I'm tired. Um, but yeah, done building the new Titan mech, and I love it. Awesome. Yeah, that set is really cool. Easily one of the best mechs in recent memory. But yeah, as we normally do throughout these reviews, we're going to let this slideshow run in the background as we break down the plot, the good and the bad, and then finally we'll give the episode a score out of 10. It's going to be the best thing. Yeah, cat plus box equals best toy. Yeah, for sure. We spend a lot of money on toys for these kitties, especially Waffle. She has well, when we originally had adopted Waffle from my roommate's friend, and we brought back her mangled duck toy, which was like her favorite toy, and ended up finding a replacement one. And yeah, we buy a lot of toys for Waffle, but she decides to make a home out of the Ninjago City Gardens box, so that's fun. Raspberry lemonade, excellent. 34 thread count for sure, man. Let's go ahead and get through it here. Is the Titan mech Lloyd or Zane's? The most recent one is Zane's from Legacy. The one from Season 11 is Lloyd's. So to break down the actual plot of Curse World Part 1, it's going to be pretty simple because there's not a whole lot of detailed things that happen here, and I imagine that we will get through the plot pretty quickly. So basically the episode begins with Ninjago starting the new year. Everyone is celebrating. All the Ninjago citizens are kind of, happy and celebrating. They got those little dragon things, and they're just kind of celebrating in general. We also get a little scene here with Ronan at a certain noodle shop run by a certain character known as Skylar. And Waffle just jumped up on the desk. Hello, Waffle. We were just talking about you. Now she's messing with the actual Ninjago City Gardens. Come on, you're gonna sit on my lap for the review. You're gonna sit right here, and you're gonna love it. But yeah, we do get a little instance or a little scene with Ronan and Skylar, and they kind of discuss the city of Styx. Ronan says that he used to call it home, and he kind of has a little, I guess, a heartfelt moment looking at Styx on the screen, and he will be showing up later in the episode to assist during the large battle that goes on in Styx. So that's fun. New Year's can happen in the summer, just to let everyone know. Fair enough. Again, like, it's Ninjago. I'm not sure if they follow the same like calendar that we do. I'm not sure how that works for them. It could be very well different. So yeah, especially last night, dude. Waffle was kind of all over the place when I was trying to build the gardens because the room's kind of a mess right now, and Waffle was just kind of like everywhere because she couldn't find a place to sit because every single area of the room had either Lego bags or a box in it, so she had a hard time. But anyway, then we cut to Moro actually opening the Cursed Realm, and he actually summons a few more of his ghostly pals, and they eventually decide to take over the entire city of Styx. So that's super fun. Basically turning it into a ghost town. So that's super cool. I really like the environment of Styx, as I've said in previous reviews, and especially ghostified like this. I think Styx looks so cool. Easily one of my favorite settings throughout all of Ninjago is Styx City, especially during the ghostly pandemic, if you will. Meanwhile, the ninja arrive at Steep Wisdom to find that the the actual shop has been sold by Master Wu, and the ninja kind of questioned why he did this, but with Wu's statement, he actually went ahead and sold the tea shop to put money into new vehicles to help the ninja battle the ghosts. And who better to make vehicles for the ninja than Cyrus Borg himself? And I find it really cool that Cyrus Borg has actually appeared here, and he kind of presents all the new vehicles to the ninja. For Jay, he's got the Jaywalker 1, kind of like a vacuum on wheels, kind of cool. For Cole, he's got the Blaster Bike, a bike made entirely of deep stone. And for Zane, he kind of just rebuilt Zane's mech and also upgraded it with a couple of deep stone blasters or whatever. So it's kind of an upgraded version of his original Titan mech. And for Kai, a headband. Excellent. Honestly, if Cyrus Borg gave me a headband, I'd be okay with that. Also, Lloyd and Nia don't get anything because, Lloyd was probably going to, still be possessed. So Borg didn't even bother. And for Kai, he kind of ran out of money. So yeah, he got the headband though, and that's still pretty good. But anyway, they kind of take these new toys and they kind of prepare to go fight the ghosts. They also do discuss how Nia is probably going to be their ultimate secret weapon here because of her elemental power. Of course, the ghosts are, pretty weak to water, I would say. They're kind of allergic to water. So Nia is probably the best chance that the ninja have at even holding some type of advantage over them. Meanwhile, back at Styx, the ghosts are pretty much eating a lot. The ghosts are very hungry boys, and they have food trucks pretty much traveling in and out of Styx at any given moment. Wu and Masako decide to get on one of the food trucks, and this is basically where the ninja's plan, I guess, comes to play here. Wu and Masako get stopped at the entry to Styx, and Moro kind of talks to Wu a little bit. Moro's like, "Oh, you really think I'm going to let the ninja into this town?" And then it cuts to the ninja in the town. I think it's funny. All the ninja are kind of disguised in their tea shop uniforms, and they're kind of, I guess, feeding the ghosts while also trying to get Lloyd, quote unquote, Lloyd, closer to some type of objective there, while also taking the real Lloyd to a different objective. So that's kind of cool. Obviously, we know and we can tell right away that Nia is in the green ninja suit. They're trying to get her close enough to some of the ghosts to hopefully obtain some type of advantage. So that's kind of cool, while also trying to sneak Lloyd around the back way to get close enough to the realm crystal to destroy it before the preeminent can actually enter into Ninjago. So that's fun. Eventually, Lloyd gets caught, quote unquote, Lloyd gets caught, and Maro confronts, quote unquote, him, takes off the mask, and it's Nia. Surprise, surprise. Nia uses this moment to kind of reveal herself as the water ninja, takes out a couple of Moro's ghostly forces, and Maro pretty much panics here. I thought that was pretty fun. Probably a callback to when people thought Nia would be the Green Ninja. Yeah, for sure. It was kind of cool seeing Nia wear the green costume, though, because I was one of those people back in the day that initially had thought that Nia could be the Green Ninja. I like the T-shop uniforms. I do too. They look really cute. I want them as figures too, but I think I want the parka suits a little more. Honestly, Possession has some pretty fire ninja outfits. You know what I'm saying? They should really make some of those as figures. I would buy them if they released like a set with all the T-shop uniforms. I'd buy that. That'd be awesome. But yeah, I thought it was kind of cool to see Nia wear the green ninja suit. But yeah, she kind of takes on Moro here. The two of them battle for a little bit. It's kind of like a water versus wind battle, and that's kind of cool. Meanwhile, Kai tries to slip Lloyd through a whole bunch of ghosts, and they end up getting trapped here. Jay, Zane, and Cole help out as much as they can. Jay's vehicle is probably the most effective, I would say. Also, Zane's vehicle is kind of cool too. The Titan mech, and also Cole's bike has guns on it. So everyone's putting in work here. The ninja are now in full-on raid mode here in the city of Styx, and it's really fun. Nia and Moro battle for a little bit, and Lloyd eventually does get pretty close to the realm crystal until he's confronted by Moro. Nia kind of gets knocked away, and Moro focuses his attention on Lloyd, and they decide to have a battle themselves, to which Lloyd actually reveals himself to have learned air jitsu by Moro being in his head. So that's kind of cool there. They end up taking the battle to the sky. Moro keeps on jumping on certain floating things, and Lloyd uses air jitsu to jump up to him. It's pretty much a wind versus energy battle here, and I thought that was pretty cool. Meanwhile, Lloyd kind of continues to get pummeled by Moro, I would say, and the ninja try to put in as much work as they can. But then Ronin shows up and decides to help out too by dropping a bunch of money on the battlefield, specifically in the place where Moro's fighting, and that's kind of cool. At least Moro kind of, or at least Ronin kind of helped in that way. So I thought Ronin was kind of cool in this episode because he shows up and uses his whole fortune to help out the ninja. It's kind of a poetic moment, I would say, for Ronin. I thought that was really cool. The other ninja try to take on the ghosts as much as they can using all of their new toys and weapons, while Lloyd eventually does get in into, I guess, the Realm Crystal's chamber. I also should mention as well that during all of this, Wu and Misako are kind of doing their best to free prisoners that are basically civilians that the ghosts have in prison, so that's not very cool. But they eventually do get out of there, and everyone's putting in work here. It's basically a huge team effort, and Lloyd is finally where he needs to be. He's finally here, ready to destroy the Realm Crystal, and Moro shows up and practically begs Lloyd not to do it. He's trying to stall so that the Preeminent can actually, appear, and all of the ninja eventually do arrive at the Realm Crystal location too, in the main building of Styx, I would say, and they try to convince Lloyd to do it, but Moro has some interesting words for Lloyd. Moro apparently has seen Garmadon in the Cursed Realm, and he's like, oh, Garmadon waits for you. He wants to see his son again, to which Lloyd is actually kind of distracted by that, because of course he is. Lloyd has always had a soft spot for his dad, especially in this season, when at the beginning of this season he was still kind of grieving over the loss of his dad, and now apparently he's being told that the Realm Crystal is the only way to, I guess, see his dad again. So immediately that kind of makes Lloyd hesitate, and the Preeminent uses this opportunity to escape the Cursed Realm and actually enter into Ninjago. The Cursed Realm itself kind of enters into Ninjago with its tentacles wrapped around Lloyd, and the episode ends with the ninja pretty much on the edge of their seats here, as well as the audience, as Lloyd is kind of captured again, and the Preeminent has already begun to enter Ninjago. So that's basically where the episode ends. This will lead directly into part 2, which we will be talking about tomorrow, but that's pretty much going to wrap it up for the plot of this episode. Overall, a good first part, I will say. This episode is pretty cool. I really liked rewatching this. Again, Possession is not a season that I had revisited very frequently, so it's nice to kind of watch this season back, and especially the finale, because the finale is just so large scale and so great. In terms of some good and some bad, let's go ahead and discuss. So in terms of the good stuff here, the ninja's infiltration plan I think is really fun, especially with everyone fighting the ghosts off. Like I said, everyone has a role here. Everybody's putting in work, and there's not really one person that's important here. Everyone is important in this battle, and the main objective is for Lloyd to destroy the Realm Crystal, which, is pretty much the only ninja that can actually destroy it. How would they make the Preeminent as a set? Lots of rounded pieces, I guess. Yeah, they could probably make it if they really wanted to. I thought it would be cool to kind of have like a round portal type thing in the middle, surrounded by buildings. Perhaps I feel like they could make it work. I'm not a Lego designer, so I'm not sure the first thing of designing a set, but they could totally make that work, I'd imagine. I really want to see that for like a Legacy City of Styx remake if they ever decide to, I guess, do that. But yeah, the ninjas battle is cool in the city, and again, Styx City is such a cool setting. I love the actual city of Styx itself. The set I had back in the day, I ended up selling it because, in my opinion, it's not a very good representation of the overall city. But I really like the location. I really like Styx as a concept, and I hope that we can revisit it at some point very soon. Meanwhile, we got a few specific fights that I want to point out. First of all, Nia versus Moro. The whole Nia dresses up as the Green Ninja thing. That was pretty cool. It was kind of cool seeing Nia wear green, as I said, and actually her battle with Moro was pretty cool too, especially with her being a water ninja. You could tell that she's scared Moro right off the bat, because Moro is obviously a ghost, very allergic to water, and here comes Nia, like a water ninja that he was not aware of. I can tell that it kind of caught Moro off guard, and it's very true that Nia is pretty much the biggest advantages that the ninja have over Moro, because again, she's the water ninja. So I thought that was kind of cool. Also, we need to mention Lloyd versus Maro, especially with Lloyd using air jitsu. I thought that was cool. And that actual battle, I don't think it's as good as the Nia versus Moro battle, but I still found it to be pretty enjoyable, especially when Moro started talking about Garmadon. I kind of felt for Lloyd in that way, because we've seen Lloyd, again, at the end of Season 4 and at the beginning of Season 5 this season, kind of grieving the loss of his dad. And Moro knows this because he's been inside Lloyd's head, so he knows what to do to, I guess, get on Lloyd's, I guess, bad side and emotional side. So I thought that was cool. Yeah, exactly. Lloyd and Moro were battling with words. I would say so. Moro's the best villain. He's really cool. Like how he used wind to block the water. Yeah, for sure. I honestly thought that Moro's, I guess, wind element, on paper, wind sounds kind of like a lame element to me, but in execution, it's really cool. Like, Moro is absolutely insane with his wind power, and I find that to be a really excellent power that honestly wouldn't be so bad to have in real life as well. That's honestly a pretty nifty power. Again, on paper, the elemental power of wind kind of sounds kind of dumb in my opinion, but hey, it works for Moro, so can't really fault the show too much on that. And as I said, everyone has something to do here. Everyone puts in work. There's no character that's just kind of sitting around. Even Ronan kind of gets in on the action when he drops all the money onto the battlefield, which I thought was kind of funny. Meanwhile, we had a couple of other choice scenes that I want to talk about. With Skylar, for example, we get to see Skylar back. Love Skylar, one of my favorite characters. Seeing her back was excellent. She didn't join in the battle or anything like that, but I just thought it was cool that she had a little cameo. Also, Ronan, as I said, actually kind of impressed me this episode after kind of disgusting me in a couple of other episodes that we had previously talked about. And also, Dr. Borg is back. Good old Cyrus Borg. Always a fun time when he's around. Honestly, one of the most underrated Ninjago characters, I'd say. Cyrus Borg is a very solid side character. Definitely one of my favorites. Also, we got to see, I guess, the Garmadon tease, which we will be seeing in the next episode. Garmadon will return, as I'm sure a lot of you guys know. In the next episode, Lloyd gets one last goodbye with Garmadon until he comes back in season 8, obviously. But yeah, it was kind of teased and set up in this episode, and it will be paying off in the next one. I thought that was really set up well, and we've already kind of discussed how Moro kind of knows about Lloyd's weakness, and we already talked about Styx. So essentially here, all I have to say regarding the last good thing that I have to say about this episode, it was a very good, I guess, setup for part 2. I do think that part 2 is a little bit stronger of an episode, but that doesn't mean that part 1 is terrible. In fact, I couldn't really find any bad things to say about this episode. If I wanted to nitpick, I could say that the beginning's just a little slow, but to me it was always fun. We got to see Skylar and Borg, so that pretty much made up for like the slowness, I suppose, at the beginning of the episode. I really didn't find it there at all. Also, I do need to touch really quick on the whole, I guess, Lloyd reveal, or the Nia reveal being in Lloyd's costume. I'm not really sure if it was supposed to be a surprise for the audience as well, but you can kind of see that it was very blatantly Nia in that costume. So I'm not sure if they were trying to make it like a surprise for both Moro and the audience, or just Moro, but if the intention was to surprise the audience, I don't think they did a very good job. Um, but yeah, the 34 thread count, absolutely. If I could give this episode a 34 out of 10, I would. But for the sake of the review, we are going to end off this episode by giving it a 10 out of 10 for a final score. And Waffle is trying to get down, but she's clawing my leg. Thank you, Waffle. Yeah, Waffle sat there for a while, but I guess now she wants to leave. All right, goodbye. But yeah, 10 out of 10. I want to see what you guys have for scores too. Um, so, yeah, overall, part 1, very solid. I'm really excited to review part 2. 10 out of 10 for Skylar, absolutely. 10 out of 10, despite Jay was a GTA driver. He was kind of driving pretty crazy, man. He almost ran over a bunch of people. I was like, damn, Jay, you probably should ease it there, kind of cool it, but, you know, that's neither here nor there. Jay did his best. That's all we can ask for. Bunch of 10s, a 6, a couple 9s. I see a bunch of high scores, though, which is obvious. 10 out of 10 because Ronan doesn't kiss Nia this time. Yeah, that's probably good. Probably for the best. 34 threads out of 10. Fair enough. Easy 10. Yeah, I'm kind of excited to review the next episode, part 2. I will be watching that later tonight, and I guess prepping for that review tomorrow, which is going to be the last review of the week, coincidentally. So if all goes as planned tomorrow, we will be reviewing, I guess, what do you call it, Curseworld Part 2 tomorrow. So yeah, that should be fun. Let me know, I guess, in the chat what you thought of this episode overall, and if you're excited for tomorrow's review, if it happens tomorrow. I might need to go somewhere tomorrow, so it might be canceled tomorrow, but we will wait and see. I don't really know for certain yet, but if all goes as planned, yeah, we'll be fine. So yeah, that'll pretty much wrap it up for my review. I thought that was kind of cool, but let's jump into Q&A stuff, just talking about random nonsense for for the rest of the stream. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. But what season should we start on? I'm not so sure what we can actually begin on here. Why don't we start with season 13, because we haven't done that one in a while. So we'll start with season 13, and then you know, go into other episodes later on, other seasons. When's the giveaway? Yeah, I want to talk about that really quick too. Obviously, with the 90K giveaway, a lot of people are kind of excited for that. And with the 90K giveaway, we are going to be giving away the Tournament of Elements legacy set. The only problem is all the legacy sets in my area are completely sold out. So it's going to take me a while to actually get the prize, and I made a community tab post about this a little bit before the stream started. But yeah, it's going to take me a while to actually get my hands on the giveaway prize because legacy sets are sold out on Amazon, on the Lego shop itself. So yeah, it's going to take a minute. to acquire the prize. So all I can ask you guys right now is to be patient with the prize and the giveaway itself, and we will announce it when I end up getting the actual prize itself. By the latest, it should be around the beginning of February, and I know that's kind of a long ways away, but there's not really much I can do about that. I can't really summon Ninjago sets at will, unfortunately. I think that'd be cool if someone had that power. So, yeah, I just wanted to talk about that really quick, and if you want more information, I made a community tab post about it too. So, you know, do I think the Airjitsu Battlegrounds is worth it? I never bothered to get that set when it came out. I never thought it looked good, but you do get the exclusive Airjitsu Lloyd and Nia figures, so I guess that's worth it for some people. Honestly, if you're after those figures, I'd say it's probably worth it. I never ended up getting that set just because I didn't think it looked good. So, um, do I think Nia and Jay were both at fault for what happened with Mertessa? What with with her hitting on Jay and Nia getting upset? I just find that whole situation to be just kind of awkward. At the end of the day, I don't think anyone faulted anyone for it. It was just kind of an awkward thing. Nia and Mertessa kind of settled their differences, I suppose. So I think it's all good, all fine now. I just thought the actual, I guess, confrontation of it was kind of strange. I'd say kind of awkward to watch. Do I think that Cole's mech should have played a bigger role in season 13? Yeah, with Cole's mech, I feel like it did a lot in the show already, but I felt like it could have been implemented a little bit more. I'm also not super happy with the actual set, because with the set itself, the actual Firestone mech, it's a cool design, but the set itself does not, I guess, match what we saw in the show. In the show, we got to see, I guess, Cole's mech specifically, and it was Cole's mech. In the set, I want to say it's more Kai's mech than anything. The set is more red than anything, and Kai does pilot it alongside Cole. In the actual show itself, we got to see the Firestone mech look a little bit more like the actual set once it kind of fell through some lava and it kind of burned one side of it, so I thought that was kind of cool. But at the end of the day, I wish the set was more like stone oriented. I would get it if it was like that, but I'm not a huge fan of, I guess, the Firestone mech being half Kai, half Cole. I think it should very much be just a Cole focused mech. Um, best Ninjago set under $100. Well, if you're looking for a new one, I'd recommend the Legacy Titan mech. It's honestly a really good mech. It has knees, it has some really cool building techniques, and honestly, it's one of the best mechs I think I've ever built. So I'd highly recommend that. And it's under 100. I think it's like $60 USD, if I'm remembering correctly. I've been kind of debating getting the X1 Charger as well. I will say that. Um, so yeah, the X1 Charger, I don't know, it's $50, man, and I kind of wish that it was a little cheaper. I was contemplating getting it the other day, but then I found out it was $50. I thought it was 40. I'm like, I don't know, I'm not paying $50 for the X1 Charger. The only reason I would get it is for that Golden Coal figure, because online people are selling that Golden Coal for like $30 on its own. So it's not super cheap right now, but that's still the only golden figure that I need, and I just do not want the X1 Charger. I don't think it looks very good at all. My opinions have heavily changed on that. When it first came out, I thought that it was super cool, but now it's like, nah, I don't like it. I don't like it as much as the original. Yeah, I'd say it's the worst set of the wave for sure. Can I list my favorite set from each season? I'm actually going to be filming that video later today. I'm going to be filming the worst set of every wave and the best set of every wave later today. That's on the schedule. So those videos will probably be coming out sometime this weekend, since I'm going to be filming them later today. So I think that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to have to go through and check out every single set of every wave, because there might be some that I'm forgetting. And also, it's been a while since I've updated that list. So my first video that I made on that was kind of controversial, with a lot of people disagreeing with my opinions, which is, of course, totally fine. But yeah, hopefully there are less, I guess, personal attacks this time. That's kind of like the bad side of putting your opinions out there on the internet. There's always going to be someone that kind of takes it personally, which is kind of like, kind of meh. So. 4 legacy sets coming out in the summer. What do you think the 4th will be? Well, what do we got so far? Don't we have like there's like that final flight of the Destiny's Bounty thing that's kind of rumored. I think I forget what else is coming out. Admittedly, I'm not too keen on keeping up with the legacy stuff, but I feel like it should be, I guess, maybe a City of Sticks throwback. That could be kind of cool. I'm gonna be looking online right now to see what I can find for Ninjago 2021 summer. We'll see what we got. Do they have do they have the sets even listed yet? I can talk. Oh yeah, I forgot about the Ultrasonic Raider. Yeah, the slasher bike. Yeah, that's probably going to be a Blade Cycle remake again with a poor translation. So I wouldn't be, I guess, super surprised if that turns out to be Blade Cycle. The Ultrasonic Raider I feel like would be cool. Yeah, and then the Final Flight of the Destiny's Bounty. Yeah, I think it'd be cool if we could actually get like a City of Styx. That'd be fun with a preeminent, please. Fingers crossed for that. I'd actually get that because that's one of my dream sets. Because I love the City of Styx. I love just everything about it. I do think it's going to be something from Possession though. If I had to give a prediction, I think they're going to be doing more Possession themed stuff. And considering how we got like the Final Flight of the Destiny's Bounty, supposedly, I think they're going to add another Possession set into the Summer Wave, so we can kind of complete the Legacy Deepstone Ninja because we only have Zane right now, which is kind of awkward. But yeah, I think it's going to be something to do with it's got to have something to do with season 5. But what other vehicles came out in season 5? You got the Blaster Bike, the Jaywalker 1. I could see them remaking that, making it look a little better. I could see them remaking the Master Wu Dragon, making like a larger dragon for Wu, perhaps. That set was always super cool. Skulkin or Master of the Mountain Skulkin. I definitely prefer the original skeleton army. Said Skulkin, the skeletons, my bad. Yeah, the ones from Master of the Mountain are not Skulkin, they're just random undead skeletons. But no, I prefer the original skeletons. They're kind of classic villains, and you can't really beat them. Yeah, they could do the Ronin Rex too. I could definitely see them doing a remake, especially with Ronin coming in the City Garden set. Yeah, they could totally be doing that. There could be a City of Styx with the preeminent and the snowsuits. I would die. That's my dream. Fingers crossed for that. Favorite side villain. With all the news, I guess, regarding the mechanic, I'm kind of liking the mechanic a little bit more. And with the City Gardens, I actually do have his figure right here. And the mechanic is a cool looking figure. He comes with like this weird chainsaw gun thing, so I think that's kind of cool. But no, the mechanic is kind of growing on me a little more. I'm starting to appreciate him a little more too. What month is Ninjago Season 14 coming out? We don't have a specific date for that as of yet. I would predict sometime in March because I think that's when the sets are supposed to come out. So I would kind of, I guess, expect a March release, but we don't really have a specific date just yet. Zane's Legacy 3 suit is sick. I agree, that suit's awesome. I want to see what the other ninja look like though, in like the Deepstone / Skybound Legacy combination thing, if that's even what they're doing. So. First Ninjago minifigure with dual molded legs. Is that a fact? I did not know that. That is kind of cool though, if that's a thing. I'm just not sure the legitimacy of that. I haven't really looked into that, but if that's true, that's awesome. Will I do a face reveal? I've already done face reveals before. My face has been in videos. Most recently, I did a video with the Fold and the Four Corners where we discussed the season 14 sets, and my face is in that. We kind of did like a Zoom meeting type thing, and you guys can see my my long kind of hair that I'm working on, trying to grow it out as much as I can. I've decided to go with the quarantine look and kind of embrace it. So, um, favorite Lego theme apart from Ninjago? Well, right now there's not really another Lego theme that I kind of enjoy alongside Ninjago, for being honest. But back in the day, there were a lot. Back when I was, I guess, first starting to get into Lego, I was really big into collecting the Lego City Police stuff. That was probably around maybe 2010-ish, and Hero Factory, which had just come out at the time. So yeah, I'm trying to pull off the man bun look, not gonna lie. I think that'd be kind of sick. Um, but yeah, I was real big into Hero Factory and Lego City Police. Hero Factory is a theme that I hold very dear to my heart too, even though it kind of ended on a really bad it ended on a really bad note, didn't actually have an official ending. I still thought it was a pretty solid theme. I was never big into the original run of Bionicle. I was kind of joining the Lego scene as soon as Bionicle was kind of ending, so I kind of saw the last wave of Bionicle, like the Glatorian / the Bionicle Star stuff. I was around for that when that got pushed out, but I was very much around for Hero Factory, and I thought Hero Factory was awesome. And then a couple of months later, Ninjago came out, and that theme changed my life. Not trying to exaggerate, but Ninjago is easily my favorite Lego theme. Nothing else really even comes close. So, how many bags are in the Ninjago City Gardens? Um, let's see if I can actually get a number. The highest number that I see over in my corner of bags right now is I think 25. So 25 bags, and plus there are a bunch of multiply numbered bags too. What I mean by that is like there are maybe 3 bags labeled number 4. So take that number and maybe multiply it by 2 or 3. I'd estimate around 50-ish bags in the gardens. The gardens itself is really cool. Like, I'm having a lot of fun building it so far. I'm kind of 2/3 of the way through it. I am completed with instruction booklets 1 and 2. Still have to build 3, so I kind of got a nice little scene going here. I think it's really fun. Yeah, I would estimate around 50 bags, I would say, like including all the little bags and the big bags. The bags go up to, I guess, 25 is the highest number that I'm seeing. I could be missing like a 26 or a 27. But there are a bunch of bags, as I said, like there are multiple bags that are labeled number 4, multiple bags that are labeled number 3. So give or take, maybe around 50, 40 to 50, I would say. There's just a bunch of little bags too. It's a pretty sizable set. I mean, the biggest Ninjago set of all time. Kind of makes sense to me. I had a lot of fun unboxing it. If you guys haven't seen my unboxing video, I posted it last night. Feel free to check it out. Have I seen the Ninjago Way of the Ninja idea set? I did. That thing looks awesome. I kind of wish that actually would become a real set. If it does reach, I guess, the ideas milestone or whatever it is, like 10,000 supports, is it, for LEGO to consider it? I think that'd be an awesome set to release. Like, that'd be really cool. Favorite weapon that Jay has used? I'm going to be a normie here and say the nunchucks of lightning. I've always been a big fan of that, of the golden weapons in general, the nunchucks as well. Honestly, the golden weapons are some of my favorite weapons in the series. I know they're the first and they're really classic, but I still enjoy them. Got a soft spot for the golden weapons. So, why did that Way of the Ninja set give Echo Lloyd's old hair? I have no idea. I'm not super invested with with the designer or whatever. I don't really know them, so couldn't really answer that. I do think that's kind of a weird choice, though. I would say. Will I finish the city gardens today? I will. Got a couple of bags left. I think just looking at my corner, maybe about 15 bags left, so I'll be able to get through that today. Got a little bit of work to do though, got a couple of videos to make beforehand, so as soon as I get all my work done, I will be continuing the gardens and hopefully finishing it. Don't really see a reason why I couldn't finish it today. I got nothing else to do today besides make videos and do the gardens, so nunchucks or flail, scythe, or hammer. I kind of prefer the hammer for Cole, and I kind of prefer nunchucks for Jay, I'd say. I think a hammer is a super cool weapon for Cole. It's kind of why I like the movie so much. Detective Zane was just a bit weird. I like Detective Zane. I thought Detective Zane was kind of a nice touch to season 12. It got to, I guess, showcase some of Brent Miller's acting skills a little more than just the traditional Zane voice. You know, he got to play the noir detective, which I thought was really fun. It just shows that he's got some range, and it's really cool. I was also watching the Ninjago movie last night. Funny enough, decided to watch the movie as I was building the gardens because the gardens gives me like major movie vibes, which I guess makes sense because it's kind of designed to be compatible with the previous couple of Ninjago city sets, which I do not have. But yeah, giving me major Ninjago movie vibes. There's a lot of Easter eggs on this thing too. I want to go back and do a video talking about like all the different Easter eggs in my review video. The review video for the gardens is probably going to be super long. My opinions on the elemental swords, like the elemental blades, I thought those were super cool weapons. Kind of disappointing that we didn't see, I guess, a little bit more of them after season 2 had ended, but I still thought they were very cool weapons, all things considered. Definitely kind of on par with the golden weapons. I just thought they were cool. Detective Pikachu thoughts. I thought it was really cool to see like a live action Pokemon movie. Some of the Pokemon looked really weird, but some of them they absolutely nailed. Like Pikachu looks great. Can't really deny that. I love the way that Pikachu looks. But then you got Pokemon like Mr. Mime and Lickitung and, you know, Machamp, and it just looks super weird. Some of the Pokemon look better than others. Detective Zane, Snake Jaguar, Ice Emperor. Out of all of those, I'd honestly pick Detective Zane. I think he's the best Zane disguise, if you will, or the other persona of Zane. Favorite Cole suit. I kind of prefer his Sons of Garmadon suit. Otherwise, the Ninjago movie suit for Cole is absolutely incredible as well. Probably either of those, I would say. Greninja looked weird in the movie? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, some of the Pokemon, you gotta admit, they kind of had to provide a little bit more of a realistic take on them, especially with kind of like the slimy frog-like Pokemon. Like Greninja, yeah, they're not going to look pretty in real life. Some of them looked great, some of them really didn't. I thought Torterra looked excellent. Torterra is one of my favorite Pokemon, and he looked amazing in the movie. One of my favorite moments in the movie is like the whole Torterra garden scene. I thought that was awesome. Favorite ninja suit? My favorite ninja suit and my favorite Ninjago minifigure of all time is the original Golden Ninja. Just a lot of nostalgia behind that one. Again, like the Green Ninja ZX minifigure and spinner, it took a lot for me to actually, I guess, find the final battle sets when they came out back in the day. Because again, I was just kind of getting a job at the time. I was working at my school. I think I was around like 13, yeah. So I was working at my school, getting paid minimum wage. So I had a little bit of money in the back pocket. I decided to try to find the final battle sets, and I successfully found them after a couple months of searching. I don't think I got them until a couple of months after they had come out because they were just kind of gone everywhere. Kind of reminds me of what's going on with the new Legacy sets because they're just kind of gone everywhere. I wasted a trip to Walmart the other night because I went to go pick up the Tournament of Elements set for the giveaway. They said that they had them on the website, and then I get to the store and they literally have only 2 Jungle Raiders, and that's all they had for Ninjago. So I'm like, all right, that's fun. I had grocery shopping to do anyway, so it wasn't like a big waste of time, but it was just kind of irritating because the main thing that I went there for, they didn't have, even though the website said that they did have it. So rest in peace. What does my roommate think of my Lego sets? Oh, she likes them. She has Lego sets of her own. She's a big Star Wars fan, big into the Mandalorian. So for Christmas, I got her a couple of Mandalorian sets. She really likes Lego and she wants to collect more. She wants to build like a figure army. And I've been showing her various Ninjago characters, and she's been deciding which one she wants to get for her minifigure army. She really likes the Serpentine. So she thinks that the snake people are really funny looking, and she wants all of them. So it's going pretty well, and she's really liking how the gardens is coming together too. She was kind of hanging out with me in here when I was building it last night, and she was commenting on how cool it looked. So yeah, she's not a huge hater of Ninjago like some of my previous roommates have been. They've just been like kind of toxic about it, you know. Like I think we've all had that one interaction with just like a toxic person that kind of like hates on you for liking Ninjago for no reason. Which ninja is her favorite? In the movie, she likes Nia from the movie because she's real big into the show Disenchantment. I don't know if you guys have seen that. It's on Netflix. The new season just kind of came out for Disenchantment, and Abby Jacobson, who plays the main character of Disenchantment, also plays Nia in the movie. In case you guys didn't know, so she kind of likes Nia because she likes the main character from Disenchantment. But in terms of the show, I'm not sure who her favorite ninja is. I think she likes Cole. I know she said last night that she hated Kai, so I thought that was kind of funny. Um, you know, I don't hate Kai, but Rumi does. So there's that. Let's go ahead and switch up the background. Why don't we switch to Day of the Departed? We haven't run in a while, so we can just let that go. Um, this guy in my school screams whenever someone mentions Ninjago. Yeah, that's awkward. With yeah, you kind of got I don't know. I think everyone's had that interaction, like I said, with someone that just kind of like, "Oh, you like Ninjago? Well, that's for babies," you know, like that classic line. I get that a lot. It's fun, especially in the comments. See, it's kind of funny because I can't really win with the comments. It's either focus on Ninjago, stop showing us anime stuff, or oh, you like Ninjago? Well, show something else because Ninjago is meant for kids. You know, you can't really win with the comment section. Um, let's see. Yeah, for Kai, I don't know. She just kind of doesn't like his attitude. Like especially in the earlier seasons because she's seen some of the episodes, and obviously since I've been rewatching these episodes for the reviews, she kind of sits in on some of them sometimes. And with one of the last episodes, Grave Danger, Kai was trying to go through all the traps in the tomb. She was like, come on dude, like it's not worth it. Like she just doesn't like Kai's, I guess, spontaneous odd attitude, I suppose. Haven't had that experience yet, though I don't talk to people for the most part. So that was me too. But even like some of like again, like some of my older roommates would say that kind of stuff and like use it like as jabs against me or whatever. And it's just like, okay, cool. What do you like? You know what I'm saying? It's just like I don't know. It's I don't feel like it's right to kind of make fun of someone for something that they like. I guess. Obviously, if you have your own opinions or whatever, that's fine. You can disagree on whether or not something is good, but I guess like the mocking, I suppose, is where it kind of gets to me. I suppose just a little bit. You know, I don't think that's fair to do. But yeah, here on YouTube though, it's fun because we all like Ninjago. So it's like, who cares here? It's like, oh, you like Ninjago? Well, you guys are, you guys are wrong for liking Ninjago. It's like, no, we're not like that here because it's Ninjago and we're all fans of it. That's why we're all here. So, roommate's name, her name's Kat, Kat. So, Cat, like the word cat, but without a C. So yeah, she comes in here sometimes during streams, pokes her head in. So I think she's still asleep right now though. She works kind of a later shift, so if she's still asleep, then I wouldn't be surprised. So yeah, that's basically it. Shows anime, put your hands in the air. Yeah, you can't really win here. Every once in a while I get a comment in here that's like, oh, this guy's like so and so years old talking about Ninjago still. Oh, what's wrong with you, man? It's like it's like, all right. Is Waffle attacking the Ninjago city? No, I was watching the Ninjago movie last night, though, funny enough. And yeah, Meowthra looks insanely similar to Waffle. I think they're kind of like the same breed, I suppose. And Waffle was kind of sitting on my lap, and Meowthra was kind of destroying the city. And I'm like, hey, don't touch this. Touch this, you'll be in timeout. Yeah, Waffle's been acting up lately, especially last night when she didn't have anywhere to sit because like every part of the room was kind of covered with stuff. She was kind of acting out because she wanted a spot. Yeah, that's basically what Waffle is. Waffle's cute though. She's a good kitty. Why is Skylar's power called amber? Does it have to do with like the actual material that amber is? Like, because I know amber is like a type of material. Is that like an absorption thing or something? I'm not super familiar with that. I do know it's like a yellowish, orangish type shape thing, so that's kind of cool. Otherwise, I think it's just a name. Unless I'm missing something. If you guys have a better explanation in the chat, let me know. Yeah, she hangs out with me a lot. She doesn't really care for my roommate too much. She kind of follows me around. I think she likes me a little more. So it's just her own personal preference, I suppose. We still have 3 kitties around the apartment, and she gets along with one of them. The other one, they kind of fight a little bit. So is my favorite movie Tremors? Absolutely. Love that movie. How old am I? I am 21. So I am old enough to drive. Old enough to drive and totally nothing else. Please don't demonetize me, YouTube. I will say the streams haven't been getting demonetized lately. So that's been fun. Lately they've been getting demonetized and I'd have to put in like an actual manual review. So Ember has been known to encase insects from the age of the dinosaurs. Yeah, with like I've seen that. Obviously, like not in real life, but in like stuff like Jurassic Park. That's obviously like the big thing. No, I get what you're saying. I think it has to do with the color too, because Skylar's color is just kind of like a yellowish orangish color, and that's the color that Amber is. What if we got a Dareth Power Dragon? If they make a Dareth Dragon set, I think Ninjago's made it. You know what I'm saying? So. Is that question? Do I ship Lloyd and Misako? Not really, bro. It's kind of a messed up ship there, if you ask me. I'm super uncomfortable with the whole Wu and Misako thing. You are Batman. I wish. Do I play Smash Bros. Ultimate on the Switch? No, I don't have Smash Bros. Ultimate. I was contemplating getting it because one of my friends is really into it, and he's got like an amiibo collection. He's like, "Yo, man, you should get Smash Ultimate. We can play with the amiibos and such." And then I found out that he kind of like overpowered his Pichu amiibo, and I'm just like, "Nah, I don't feel like dealing with that." So I'm probably not gonna grab Smash Ultimate. All of the ninja are probably depressed. Yeah, all of them are probably traumatized to some extent. I'm surprised that Zane isn't more messed up. Honestly, Zane, more than anyone, kind of had it rough, especially with spending all of that time in the Never Realm. It's crazy. Like, if he got sent back in time by Asphira, he kind of sat in that realm for years, being the Ice Emperor corrupted by Forbidden Spijitzu. How is he not more messed up? Especially because he's a Nindroid. Like, entering Prime Empire supposedly would mess him up more than spending 60 plus years as a frozen warlord dictator. How is that, like, not messing him up in the head? Zane is probably messed up just good at hiding it. I can see that, man, but I was kind of expecting Zane to kind of take a back seat in Prime Empire, which he very well did, but not for the reasons that I was thinking. I thought that in Prime Empire, Zane was going to be sitting this one out because he just wasn't feeling it after what happened in Season 11. But no, he kind of just sat out of Prime Empire because he physically could not enter Prime Empire, which makes sense. Spider-Man, my favorite Marvel hero. I'm a big fan of Iron Man too. Probably Iron Man, Spider-Man. Those are probably my 2 favorites. I know they're kind of like what do you call it? Like normie choices, I suppose. But I'm kind of excited for the Hawkeye show, though. Hawkeye is slowly becoming one of my favorites. Do I think the Overlord will return? I think he should totally return at some point before the series is over. I'm not sure if he will. Like, same thing with Garbodon. I think Garbodon should totally come back at some point as well, but I'm not so sure if he will. That kind of remains to be seen. Is there any character in the show that you wish they would turn into a figure? Let me think about that, because we've honestly been getting a lot of them lately. Characters that have actually turned out to be figures. Like, we just got the Mechanic, we got Clutch Powers, obviously. Recently, last year or the year before, we got Clutch Powers in some type of figure pack, and then he comes again in the Ninjago City Gardens. In terms of characters in the show that we don't have figures for, I would like to see maybe a Mistake in perhaps her Oni form. I think that could be kind of cool, just to see Mistake again. Also, we still need Camille from the Elemental Masters. I should totally make her into a figure as well, because she's the last one that we need, and then we will have the full set of Masters from the tournament. So they made a Borg figure all the way back in season 3. They had like the Overborg figure, which you could totally just turn into a normal Cyrus Borg. But I do agree they need to make an updated Borg figure. Yeah, Dr. Julian too. That's one that we've been waiting on for a while. I think Pink Zane was probably like the most desired figure, and then they finally made that for Prime Empire, so that's good. But they can do that with other stuff too. I honestly think they should just release like a large minifigure pack, just filled with figures from the show that people still want. Like, make it like $100 set, have like maybe like 20-ish minifigures in there, 20 to 30 minifigures from the show. That'd be cool. I'd buy that, even if it was like $100. I'd buy it. Why do I like the ninja and their snow outfits? I just think they're super cute looking, especially Zane. They just got the little parkas up. They look adorable. I feel like they totally need that. Have you watched Total Drama? No, I haven't. That's kind of been a series that I've stepped away from. Updated Pixel? Yeah, I'd say so too. Yeah, a Ninjago collectible minifigure series would honestly be like the dream. We've had one for the movie already, but we need one for the show, because that'd be a prime opportunity to release some of those figures, and also some variations of the ninja too. Like, people want Kai in his blacksmith uniform, so they could totally do that. Pink Zane or Buff Zane? Gotta go with Buff Zane. We need a Buff Zane figure. They can make it like a big fig. That'd be awesome. I want a real winter season where the ninja suits are basically parkas. That could be cool. Missed opportunity for the Never Realm, because they're in kind of like that frozen wasteland thing. They could have definitely dressed up the ninja in kind of some warm parka-looking ninja suits. That would have been cool. Sad that the Ninjago sets are not available here. Yeah, they're kind of sold out a lot of places, and in some territories they don't even have them. So, yeah, no, with the new Ninjago waves, as I said, they're kind of reminding me of like older Ninjago, where they were just sold out everywhere, especially during like the season 2 era, where stuff's just gone all over the place. It's hard to find Ninjago sets. It's kind of bringing back that nostalgia. I don't know if that's just because of the pandemic, or if it's because Ninjago is actually selling really well nowadays, especially with the new legacy stuff. I know they released like the Overlord Dragon, and that set I imagine would be pretty popular, because that's one that we've been asking for a very long time. Yeah, we should get DigiZane too. That's a figure that people have been wanting. Yeah, Game Show J, absolutely. So, how did Cold not freeze to death in the Never Realm? That's a good question. He was the only one wearing non-sleeves. Poor guy was probably freezing. People are annoyed that Zane doesn't have PTSD and Wu became a cyborg and no one cares. I think Wu becoming a cyborg should have messed him up too. Like, if you look at like realistic things, yeah, they should both be messed up. Zane more so though, because he was in there for decades. Lumberjack Cole, absolutely. They should make that into a figure. There's so many, I guess, opportunities for Ninjago to make these figures, but I suppose it's not really super convenient to release them. Because how are they going to release them? Like, Bricktober is not really a thing anymore, to my knowledge. A collectible minifigure series is something that we've been asking for, but I doubt they're going to make it. If they make a Ninjago CMF, again, dream come true. Yeah, he was sleeveless during that. Red Shogun Kai, for sure. Yeah, Rocky Danger Buff too. There's so much that you could do. It's like, why doesn't Lego release this? There are so many good opportunities for figures, man. Wear the Buff Zane shirts. Still working on it. This week's been pretty busy and hectic, so probably gonna get that done. Um, probably sometime next week. I still have a lot of stuff to do, man. So apologies for the delays of the shirts and whatnot. I'm gonna try to get those out as soon as possible. I can't wait until people like inevitably like kind of talk smack about the shirts though. Releasing the MS Paint Buff Zane shirt. You can tell a couple of other Ninjago YouTubers are gonna be like, "Oh, what is this trash merch?" without even understanding the joke. So I can't wait for that. Do I want a Legacy Pixel? Yeah, for sure. I feel like Legacy is not doing a great job at distributing figures either, because we still need Chen Klaus for Legacy. Can we get a Legacy Chen and Klaus? Because with the tournament Legacy stuff, all we've been getting is Izor, and I'm kind of sick of seeing Izor. We have too many Izors right now. Do I think the old designs could return? Maybe if they did like an alternate universe type thing, or maybe like a flashback. But I don't think they're gonna come back and be like um, the major designs again. I feel like the new designs are here to stay. Do I ship Akita and Lloyd? I do. I kind of like that ship a little bit more. Anaconda, Chen, and Ghost Klaus. Yeah, like Legacy itself has a lot of good opportunities to release figures like that, but instead they just choose to slap Izor in every single set. Like he's the only villain in Season 4 that matters. Yeah, totally. Izor, the main antagonist of Tournament of Elements. How could I forget? Why do I think the Boulder Blaster is an average set compared to the original? I don't know. Even the original Boulder Blaster, I just didn't really care for. I just was never a big fan of the design for the Boulder Blaster. The Legacy remake is very much an improvement. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just still not a big fan of that design. I don't know what it is. It's just not a design that I ever kind of appreciated and enjoyed. I got the Boulder Blaster because it's a coal vehicle, and I want to try to make like a coal themed shelf at some point. I think that could be cool. Um, but no, it's just kind of an average design, I'd say. The set itself is still a very drastic improvement over the original, but it's still just kind of like the design I just don't really care for all that much. We need Chop and Kapow, for sure. We just need someone other than Izor. Sick of seeing him. Which ninja home do I think is the best and the worst? In terms of ninja bases, I like the movie Bounty for the ninja base, like especially during seasons 8, 9, and 10. That Bounty is beautiful. I also enjoy the monastery coming back and being a base for the ninja. In terms of my least favorite base, as much as I love the Airjitsu Temple, I'm gonna have to say the Airjitsu Temple because the ninja only, I guess, kind of took that up after or during like one season, which was what Hands of Time. After Dave the Departed, they kind of moved into the Airjitsu Temple, and it's like, all right, well then they left immediately after. The Airjitsu Temple, though, is such a cool design and such a good set. It's kind of a shame that we didn't see it for more seasons being used as the ninja's headquarters. Like a temple floating on a rock. That's a brilliant idea for a ninja headquarters. So, but yeah, I just have to say it's probably my least favorite because we just didn't really see a whole lot of the ninja in there. We got a Chen minifigure in the Ninjago State Gardens. I wouldn't call it a minifigure as much as it is part of like a sign. The instructions really confuse me because they have you put his legs on backwards and then like dislocate both of his legs and bend them around his body. Super awkward. But and then you just kind of shove him into the roof. I guess it is a minifigure technically, but it's not supposed to be one of the included figures in the gardens itself. It's just supposed to be part of a sign. But I suppose it is a minifigure. Not the Chen minifigure that I'm looking for though. Yeah, it's really messed up in the instructions. Check out my Instagram if you want to see like the picture of that instruction. It's really messed up. I'm kind of sitting there reading it and I'm like, am I reading this correctly? It was like 3 a.m. and I thought I was like losing my mind. It's like, let me get this straight. You want me to attach his legs backwards and then bend them back around his body? What am I looking at? Do I think one of the ninjas will die and stay dead? Probably not. They've kind of teased us before with that, like Zane's sacrifice, Cole's fall during March of the Oni. I doubt they're ever actually going to commit to that, which is kind of unfortunate. Again, like Ninjago doesn't have like a lot of stakes regarding the main characters, but other characters get killed off, and they stay dead. So I guess that's good. It's not like Ninjago totally like doesn't do that. They just don't do it for the ninja. Least favorite realm? Um, I don't know. My least favorite realm. Oh, that's a tough one because there's not really a realm that I dislike. I suppose Jinjago maybe because we didn't see a whole lot of it. But what we saw, Jinjago is still kind of cool. So will Cole stay alive then? I think Cole will be alive for the series. I doubt that they're ever going to actually kill him off, even though they did kind of set it up. I don't think that they're going to be axing Cole. If they do, I will be genuinely surprised. But at this point, I think it's very much clear that they've kind of teased it a couple of times. They've kind of teased Cole's demise, but it's never actually gone all the way through. So I doubt that we're ever going to see it happen. As much as I would kind of, appreciate that consistency, I don't think it's going to be a reality. Buff Garmadon would be epic. I want Garmadon to come back and be a sensei in his evil form. Imagine evil Sensei Garmadon. That'd be so funny. If Cole was killed by Poison Cake, that would suck. That'd be really unfortunate. Yeah, the instructions, yeah, it's really messed up. Like, easily one of my favorite parts about the Gardens build was building the Chen Noodle House and seeing how they want me to construct this minifigure. Super awkward. I will say that Ninjago City Gardens is like one of the best building experiences that I've had in a while. It's really fun, and I've kind of been taking my time with it. I know for most people it's around a 10, 11 hour build if you're consistently working at it. I've been kind of taking my time with it because I'm having a lot of fun. Been kind of slowly making my way through it. And even today, I'm probably not going to get done until like super late into the night. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, with the gardens, it's a lot of fun. If you have the ability to get it, I'd highly recommend it. I'll be doing a video on that probably sometime this weekend, doing a review video. So stick around for that. And I just dropped hand sanitizer on my leg. That's not fun. I have a habit of taking hand sanitizer a lot, and I just dropped some on my leg. That feels wonderful. With only a few minutes left in the stream, you guys, why don't we turn it over to some rapid fire questions? Anything that I can answer in just a quick sentence or two as I try to clean off my pants. Hand sanitizer. Yeah, anything I can just answer super quick. It's usually how we round out the stream here, and it's almost done. Only got a couple of minutes left. So. What would I like to see in the last season of Ninjago? Kind of like an overall wrap up. I don't want the series to end on like a bad note. Like Hero Factory, for example, ended on a really bad note with no ending. I want Ninjago to have an actual ending. That's the only thing I can kind of wish for, more than anything. Do I think the Underworld will be revisited? Probably not anytime soon. There were a bunch of rumors that the Underworld would be revisited in season 13. That ended up not happening, so probably not anytime soon. Which villain do I want to see return most of all? At this point, probably Nauticon. I think there are a lot of rumors right now regarding Nauticon's return, and they could totally pull it off if they wanted to bring Nauticon back. And at this point, I kind of want to see him. Who's the best written character? I think Wu. I would argue that Cole is probably one of the best written characters, especially during season 5 with his ghost arc, Day of the Departed. Even though the writing is not super great, Cole's stuff was pretty good. Season 13 especially, I think Cole is probably one of the most well-written characters out of the entire series, though Garmadon and Wu also are pretty good. Ash and Serena thought I love them together. I hope that Serena comes back in Journeys. That'd be amazing. Do I think Misaka will die? Probably not. They're probably going to keep her around till the end of the series. Yeah, Cole's not going anywhere, I'd say. Do I ship Pixel and buff Zane? Absolutely. Lloyd got the most character development. Yeah, Lloyd has kind of come a long way, especially since his introduction. Like, look at him then and look at him now. Like the little brat child of Garmadon is now like the leader of the ninja team. Crazy. What ninja would turn evil besides Kai? Well, realistically, when you look at it, I'd say Zane, and we've seen Zane become evil before due to corruption and whatnot. So, um, I think Kai, by his own merit, if we're talking about characters like specifically, I guess going bad or going dark on their own decision, I'd say probably Kai and maybe I don't know, maybe Lloyd to an extent, but I think Kai is like the only one. So, yeah. Jay is most likely to become evil. Could be. I don't know. I don't see like a lot of evil in Jay as much as I see like that evil kind of emotion in Kai, I'd say, because Kai's got a lot of emotional problems. But yeah, imagine Jay turning evil. I mean, that's a theory for season 14. A couple of people are suggesting that. I've done a video on it too, I think. Should Lloyd use sand green in his suits? I kind of like the combination of like the regular green and then like the dark green. I think that's cool. Sand green, I'm not so sure if that would fit with Lloyd's color scheme. I think it would be unique if they were to introduce a suit with sand green, but I don't think it's a priority. I kind of want to see other colors a little more, I'd say. How come Cole didn't die when Neon lacked her true potential? Maybe he was just standing in a real convenient spot. Who's to say? Something can pick at Jay's emotions. Very true. I guess that could totally happen. Maybe we could see a season later down the line if when Jay's maybe when his past gets revealed, maybe his emotions could fly there, perhaps. Which had the staff elements. That'd be cool. When did Kai have the best character development? In terms of Kai's character development, I'd say probably in Possession, honestly, because he's kind of becoming that mentor to Lloyd. He's not really super jealous of the Green Ninja stuff anymore after, season 4's big fiasco kind of still revealed that. He's been doing better, especially during Possession, so that's something that I can appreciate. I think Kai had the best development kind of in between seasons 4 and 5, when he kind of, I guess, became Lloyd's kind of older brother figure of speech. I do think Kai needs more character development. I don't think he needs a little more as much as he needs kind of like a spotlight, maybe. I think him losing his powers in Season 11 was a good first step, but it wasn't executed as well as I would have hoped. But I thought that was a pretty good arc for Kai's character. Let's answer one more question before we wrap up the stream here. We could probably discuss that. Who's the weakest ninja? I kind of want to talk about that, actually. That could be fun. So in terms of ninja strength, let's just discuss power level here. I think Lloyd is objectively the most powerful ninja. In terms of power, like not physical strength, not emotional strength, but in terms of power, I think energy is the strongest element. Honestly, out of all of those primary elements, I would say that water is probably the weakest, because water is kind of a secondary element in Ninjago as opposed to the main primary elements of, fire, ice, earth, and lightning, and of course energy, which is kind of like a weakened combined form of all four of those elements. So I'd say Nia right now is probably the weakest ninja, but I hope that gets turned around a little bit in season 15, because that supposedly is Nia's season. Can't wait to see what Water becomes in that. That we'll be exploring her powers, and I think it's going to be awesome. So with that being said, guys, that'll pretty much wrap it up for the stream for today. Thank you very much for tuning in. Here's our schedule in case you guys need that one more time. We stream Monday through Friday, 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Central Time, with an episode review and a Q&A. And obviously, we will be updating this day by day. If there's ever a day where I cannot stream, I will let you guys know. Yes, we can participate in the end of the stream tradition where we spam hug in the chat. I will write it 3 times. Some of you guys already started the tradition. Thank you very, very much. Getting going with that. Thank you guys so much for doing that. Thanks a lot for watching. So with that being said, guys, yeah, that'll pretty much wrap it up. Pretty solid stream today. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Thanks for asking questions. Thanks for hanging out. Got a couple more videos coming up on the channel today, so be sure to stick around for those if you want to get a few more videos and a little bit more content regarding, I guess, myself and my channel. Stay tuned for that. And we will be back hopefully tomorrow, unless something changes. I know I do have an appointment tomorrow, so we'll see what happens with that. And then if we can't review Curseworld Part 2 tomorrow, we will review that on Monday. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I will see you guys hopefully tomorrow, and thanks a lot for watching. Have a fantastic